Hi, would you introduce yourself for us, please?
My name is Nadia Beam, and I am an EC preschool teacher at Dudley Shoals Elementary, and I am starting my 14th year in the EC pre-K classroom.
Okay, tell us about some of the disabilities that you have come in contact with in your years of teaching.
Our program is not limited at all by any particular disability, you name it, and we serve those children. So I've had children who are blind, deaf. I serve a large population of children with autism and Asperger's. Most of our kids are, their category is developmental delay, so they have delays in one or more areas of development, cognition, physical development, spina bifida, cerebral palsy. Those are probably the most common that I serve.
Okay. Well, share with us some of your best teaching practices that you had with students with disabilities.
I would say utilizing my assistants. I am fortunate enough to have 2 assistants, so I really plan ahead in how I'm going to use them each day. I do a lot of small group activities, so I may have one assistant working with 2 or 3 children, another assistant doing the same thing. We rotate kids through groups. I don't do a lot of large group, just so those children have more one-on-one or small group instruction. Peer partners, I use that a lot. So some of the children in my program pay to come, so they don't have special needs. So I try to plan for children who are really high in one skill to work in groups with children who are lower in a skill, so they have those peer role models. I use that a lot. So I would say those are the 2 main things that I do.
Okay. Talk about now an ideal learning environment with students with disabilities, or for students with disabilities.
Well, if I've got children with physical disabilities, of course, just the layout of my classroom is really important. If I have children in walkers or wheelchairs, and I've had years where I've had 2 or 3 kids in walkers and wheelchairs, so just making sure that they have good paths to get through the room. Safety is always an issue, of course. I have an area in my room for children who have maybe some sensory processing issues, children that have meltdowns. I have kind of an area for them, a calming area that I use for children like that. I'm trying to think of what else. Even just the equipment or the shelving and chairs in the room, making sure they're the correct height, making sure they're the correct weight. I have a lot of children that are trying to pull up on things, scoot around and maneuver through things. I would say those are the 2 biggest, especially the playground as well. I mean, I have to really take into consideration the whole school environment, not just my classroom. So we have ramps, and some of my children that have visual impairments, we use like brightly colored tape to help them notice differences in depths of surfaces, or if a surface is getting ready to change, things like that.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing with us.